Yo, what's going on, Brick Squad, and welcome back to another episode of Matt's Mind. We got episode 10 today. If you guys are unfamiliar with the series, essentially it is a Q&A series. If you guys want to have your comment or topic discussed or answered, comment it down below in the comment section. Of course, drop a like on the video. This question today comes from Captain Axe. He asked, Matt, if LEGO made a UCS battle on Scarif, what would you like to have, or what would you like the set to consist of? Honestly, I would be looking for definitely exclusive minifigures, a completely exclusive Jyn Erso, Cassian Andor, maybe even another variant of the Scarif Trooper. I'd also really like to see a Bodhi Rook. I think the closest thing that we would get to a UCS Scarif would probably be the landing platform, or maybe even the ship. I think if they made like a playset style UCS Scarif like Cloud City or the Death Star, I think that'd probably be the main focus, would be like a platform with a battle going on. However, I don't think that's incredibly realistic at all. I do think that LEGO would not make a Scarif, especially because it's so far in the past now. It's 2 years ago, 3 years ago, almost. So I think LEGO has moved on. However, if we did get a Scarif set, I would love to see that. Next question here comes from Lego Gamer 5502. He asked, do you want more prequel sets or any prequel UCS sets? As far as I'm aware, there are very few or any prequel UCS sets. I can only remember the N1 Naboo Starfighter. So as far as general sets, yes, I would love more prequel sets. I think the best thing to come from prequels, or the Star Wars prequel movies, are obviously not only the story, which is developed, but also the sets. I think the prequel sets are astounding. ATTE, dropship, gunships, all that stuff is great. As far as UCS sets, yes, I think the most desired prequel UCS set is going to be a UCS Venator. They have made a Star Destroyer, and there is one rumored to come out in October. So if they can do a Star Destroyer, I definitely think they can do a Venator. I do believe, however, they will do that eventually. I think basically LEGO is waiting for like the hype of Clone Wars and the Mandalorian and other sort of Clone War era content to come back. As far as UCS sets and just general prequel sets, yes, I would love to have some more. We have been getting some more in the past, like we got Anakin's Jedi Starfighter, and we got a couple other ones here and there, like the Battle Pack. So I'm pretty excited for where LEGO's going to take this. I hope that LEGO brings back that prequel wave of like just awesome clone battle packs and clone sets. So yes, to answer your question, I would love more prequel sets, and especially a UCS set. Next question here comes from Andre. He asked, my question sadly didn't get answered, so I'm going to retype it. There you go. Do you think LEGO should make sets from the new Star Wars The Mandalorian? Yes, absolutely. I think they will. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they already have sets in the works, if they're already starting to produce sets. I'm not exactly sure when The Mandalorian's supposed to go out. Hopefully it's this year or next year. But like LEGO did the same thing for Clone Wars, LEGO did the same thing for Rebels, and they're doing the same thing for Resistance come April. So I would see no reason why LEGO would not do something for The Mandalorian, especially being that it is the very first live action. Star Wars show that we're getting. It's going to be very popular. So I would definitely say yes to The Mandalorian. I do hope and I do think that LEGO will be making sets. I'm going to be very interested to see what LEGO decides to make from a TV show centered around Mandalorians. Obviously, they are one of the most kind of known factions or groups of people from the Clone Wars era. So I'm really excited to see where Star Wars and LEGO takes this. I really do hope that they make sets, and I am 100% that they will. Next question here comes from Tarful Studios. Would you ever consider building a Marvel mock? I've personally thought of doing a large-scale Iron Man mansion. Personally, no. I think 90% of my followers are here for my mocks, and obviously the other 10% is here from sort of random spotty vlogs or videos, something like that. But would I ever make a Marvel mock? To answer your question very simply, no. I don't think that there is enough of a demand on my channel. That's not to say that Marvel mocks are any sort of lesser than Star Wars mocks, but I think the people that have subbed to me and that have decided to follow me on my mock building journeys want to see Star Wars, especially some certain movies and certain TV shows. So to answer your question very easily, no, I would not ever do a Marvel mock. Maybe down the road, maybe like a side project whenever I have enough time, or maybe even more parts. I really don't have any Marvel sets or minifigures at this moment, so that would be kind of a big obstacle to go through. And you said you personally thinking of doing a Marvel mansion or Iron Man mansion. Like, that'd be dope. I don't think I've ever seen a really like a UCS quote-unquote style mansion for Tony Stark, so that'd be awesome. If you do eventually go with that project, man, let me know. Send me some DMs. I'd love to see it. Next question here comes from Tipping Top Hat. He asks, how many UCS sets do you have, and will you buy any upcoming UCS sets? So right now, UCS sets that I own, TIE Fighter, Y-Wing, and Slave One, which are actually all right above there, you guys can see. I do also have one of each of those that I just named sealed in my collection, so I'm going to kind of wait on those. So I only have 3 right now. I guess technically the UCS Falcon, I do have the parts for it, but obviously I converted it to a KESSEL version, so I don't know if you want to kind of count that. But will you buy any of the upcoming UCS sets? Yes, rumored are the Tantive 4 and the Star Destroyer and a UCS Yoda. I would definitely prioritize getting the Tantive 4 and the Star Destroyer. If I have extra money, I will get the Yoda, but I am always a big advocate for getting UCS sets, so hopefully I will be able to pick them all up sooner or later. Next question here comes from Maniac for Bricks. Two questions here. What is your favorite collectible minifigure regardless of series? Obviously, I think the biggest one here is going to be Mr. Gold. I would love a Mr. Gold figure. I was unfortunately not really into Lego when that Mr. Gold figure was circling around. I know it's worth a crazy amount of money now, so if I had to choose one that I would really want from any sort of series, I'd definitely choose Mr. Gold. And the second part of your question is, what is an ideal way to display Lego sets and MOCs? In my opinion, I think it's just literally displaying it out on a table. If you have a studio, or if you're fortunate enough to have a studio that's not your bedroom like myself, you can probably find a way to maybe get like a glass display case or something, depending on the size, right? If it's a small MOC, you can kind of get a glass display case, maybe put it up on a shelf, kind of leave it alone. But if it's a large MOC you're talking about, like for instance KESSEL, where it's at least a 2x2, 3x3, 4x4, anything bigger than that, there really is not many ways to display it. I know dust for me is a big problem, which is why it's covered with a green sort of blanket sheet right now, because it's preventing dust from getting in the Falcon for when I go to conventions. So I would say definitely depends on size. If you have a small MOC, definitely go for a mini shelf display, maybe even get like a glass container or a glass display case. If you are building anything larger than that, I will say maybe displaying it on a shelf. And then obviously the most simple is going to be putting it out on a table just for everyone to see. Next question here comes from Mythic Bricks. He asks, do you think an Ultimate Collector Series AT-AT would be difficult to make stand up? Do you think the structure would be difficult to design? So basically there are two AT-ATs that I think of. Number one is going to be Cave Gods or Rich Boy J's, which are notably different. I have, however, heard that Cave Gods AT-AT is very unsturdy, and J's, from firsthand I've witnessed, is a very sturdy build. If you were to ask me 2 years ago, before Lego made the almost 8,000 part Falcon, would they ever make an AT-AT? I would have said no to Lego making a UCS AT-AT with over 6,000 parts. But because they made the Falcon, let's hypothetically say that yes, Lego did make a giant UCS AT-AT, 6 to 7 to 8K parts. Would it be difficult to stand up? I don't think it would be. I think there are obviously ways that you can make it sturdy, so it doesn't fall over. However, the version that I would think Lego would most likely go with the route if they made a UCS set would be, for instance, like the Reskonov UCS AT-AT, the plus size AT-AT that I used for Scarif. That version is one of my favorites of all time. It is super sturdy, it's super detailed, and it gets the job done. If Lego did make a legitimate minifigure scale AT-AT, I would think that they would have to spend time making it sturdy. I think there are ways to do it. So to answer your question, yes, it is very possible. Next question here comes from Amar Builds Lego. He asked, what advice do you have for new Lego YouTubers like me? Loving the videos, man. I appreciate that. So I get this question a lot, surprisingly. I don't consider myself a big YouTuber. I do consider myself, however, sort of working my way towards that, so it's always a long-term goal. But I always get the question of, how do you gain subscribers? How do you get so many views? And there is no secret formula, right? There is no, like, you do this and you do this and then you get this result. No matter what anybody tells you, there are things that can help you certainly to boost that as a catalyst, but there is nothing that will for sure 100% give you a certain result. So my best advice to give to you, any sort of Lego YouTuber, whether it's MOCs, reviews, customs, other stuff, is to just start uploading. There is no better way to get started or to boost your sort of influence than to just start uploading, start making a name for yourself. So I would say that definitely uploading at least consistently, maybe 2-3 times a week, is definitely really ideal. Also, commenting on other YouTubers' pages seems to help a lot. I'm not saying like first or like subscribe to me, like not those comments. I'm saying comments that contribute to conversation. For instance, on Mock Builder videos, you can say something very positive. That way people sort of look at your comment, and you never know, some people might click on their comment, go to your channel and look at you that way. So I would definitely say that starting to upload is definitely the biggest thing, and obviously sort of involving yourself in the community is a very close second. Next question for today comes from First Order Lego. He asked, yo, question, if you had to sell KESSEL, how much would you sell it for? And this is actually a question I plan on answering in my KESSEL mock review video coming Saturday. I'm going to spend some time going over how much it is worth. You guys know that with my mocks, I never tell you how much I spent on the mock. I will always tell you, however, how much it is worth in terms of market value. But if I had to sell KESSEL in terms of a monetary value, I would say it'd probably be anywhere between 5 to 6 grand. It's a lot of money and a lot of labor. It's probably over 150 hours, and 40 of those hours are in the Falcon alone. So if you take into account labor, parts, size, and just time it took, I would definitely probably say around 5 to 6 grand would probably be my parting value with it. I know it's a lot of money, but when you take into account how much it is worth and how many parts it is, the base plates, the bricks, the support bricks, everything like that, I would definitely say maybe 4 to 6 is probably a rough estimate. I will, however, go in more in depth with that question come this Saturday. And today's comment of the week goes to Brick Universe. Yo, you make the same video as M&R. First of all, I want to give a very huge shout out to people who ordered from my brick link who are from my channel. So number 1, we got Maniac for Bricks. Number 2, we got Rebo Bricks. And number 3, we got Garrett Tapel. Thank you to you guys. Seriously, it means a lot when you guys order stuff from my store, and it obviously goes right into YouTube and supporting my mocks and future projects. That reminds me, guys, a video or two ago, I did at the end put an exclusive BrickLink coupon code that only a couple of you could use, and we're going to be doing that again. First 2 people to use the coupon code LEGO in their comment section when they check out from my store will receive a 10% off the entire order, as well as a shout out in my next week's Matt's Mind. So if you guys have been kind of flirting around with items in my store and you want to really support my channel and my mocks, definitely go ahead and check it out. Link will be in the description. Again, first 2 people in 24 hours from uploading this video who use the coupon code LEGO and type it in that in the comment section of your order will get 10% off your entire order. So guys, a little bit of a shorter video today. Hope you all enjoyed. Definitely go ahead and smash the like button down below if you guys did enjoy. And of course, if you want to have your question answered, be sure to comment down below. Stay tuned this week for some awesome content. Tomorrow we got the prequel debate number 2 going live on a live stream at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure you guys are there, and I'll see you later. Peace.